My name is Stan Lee. I'm co-creator of an ever-expanding universe of superheroes, including Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the Incredible Hulk. I believe superhumans are real, not just fiction. Meet Daniel Browning Smith. He was born with an incredible power. He's the world's most flexible man. I've chosen him to search the globe and find others with incredible powers.
This is totally unreal.
By definition, that would make him superhuman.
I think this is impossible. You might almost say this is a miracle.
Superhumans are out there. Prepare to meet them.
My name is Daniel Browning Smith. Stan Lee has sent me to investigate 4 more people to see if their abilities really are superhuman. I'll meet a man who claims to have the planet's hardest head, examine the internal workings of the ultimate human instrument, and keep a date with destiny as I test a man who claims to dream the future.
Next up for Daniel, the UK, to meet a seemingly ordinary man who makes some extraordinary claims. He believes his dreams offer a window into the future.
Imagine if you had the ability to know what's about to happen and then stop it from taking place. I've come to Edinburgh, Scotland, hoping to take a glimpse into destiny with a man who claims he can predict the future. That's because Christopher Robinson is rumored to have the power to dream events that have yet to happen and change the path of history. From the 14th century prophet Nostradamus, who is said to have predicted the rise of Hitler and the assassination of John F. Kennedy, to fortune tellers with crystal balls, there are people who believe they can see into the future. In the Western world, their claims are often met by pure skepticism. But whether or not you're a believer, government agencies like the CIA and the MI5 have tried to utilize the possibility of psychic powers. And as science has yet to disprove its existence, I'm hoping to find out if a superhuman ability to look into the future really exists. I'm Daniel Browning Smith, and I'm searching for superhumans. Comic book legend Stan Lee has sent me to Edinburgh, Scotland to find a man who claims to dream the future. I want to find out if his premonitions are really an incredible superhuman power or just delusional mumbo-jumbo. Born in England, 59-year-old Christopher Robinson was leading a normal life, working as a newspaper journalist in London.
Are you Chris?
Hey,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Until one night in 1988, a bizarre dream changed his life forever.
It's thought wreckage from the plane is strewn up to 4 or 5 miles from where the plane came down.
The night before, Chris claims he dreamed of the Lockerbie air disaster, a terrorist attack that killed 270 people when Pan Am Flight 103 exploded over Scotland. And with this terrible vision coming true, Chris decided next time he wouldn't wait for a tragedy to happen.
In 1991, I had a dream about some terrorists planting a bomb through the letterbox of a bank.
On November 15th, 1991, the IRA attempted to blow up a British military concert near London. But Chris claims he already dreamt of the plot and informed the authorities. As a result, police secured the area, and the 2 terrorists were the only victims when the bomb exploded.
These are letters from the Prime Minister's secretary.
With his dream apparently preventing the attack, Chris caught the attention of government agencies in the UK and abroad, including Scotland Yard, MI5, and the CIA. Through a secret contact, he would warn of impending attacks, and a working relationship would develop that he claims continues to this day. I find it hard to believe Chris really has the power to predict the future, and I'm ready to put his premonitions to the test.
Let's see if we can quantify what's going on in your head.
Absolutely, fantastic.
I'm taking him to the Edinburgh Sleep Center to meet Stevie Williams, a sleep technologist, who I've asked to analyze Chris's brain activity while he sleeps.
So if you just get you to sit on the edge of the bed here. If you just take a seat there, please, and if you hand me the cables, I'll make sure they don't all get tangled.
To find out if Chris's dreams can really reveal the future, I've set him a seemingly impossible challenge. I've asked him to try and predict the mystery location I'll be taking him to tomorrow. And if tonight's dreams show the secret destination, it will be nothing less than superhuman.
When I have a premonition which I believe is going to be very accurate, the colours are clearer, the feel of the dream is more real. It's as if you're really there sometimes.
Morning, and it's time to find out if last night's dreams contain any signs that can predict the location I will take Chris to today.
Was there anything out of the ordinary about his sleep pattern?
4 or 5 times during the night, I saw Chris wake up, grab his pen and write something down. He knows he's dreaming and he knows to wake himself up.
Every night, Chris is able to wake himself from the depths of his dreams, the very deepest part of the sleep cycle, and record what he thinks are premonitions.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've never seen anyone writing down their dreams in the middle of the night before, certainly not.
Having this ability to wake up is extremely rare. So what's different about his dreams? Stevie thinks it's because of lucid dreaming.
Lucid dream is where you become conscious that you're dreaming. In this state, you can control your dreams, you can remember them much more vividly, and you can experience them like you would experience virtual reality or a video game. This is something that Chris is doing that's definitely helping make more links to waking life from his dreaming life.
When a person has a lucid dream, the conscious mind becomes involved. If you're able to use this ability to the max, it seems you're able to control your dreams, even in your deepest sleep.
Do you ever control your dreams?
Yes, very often. I'm consciously balancing all the time while I'm asleep. You know, how long do I go on dreaming without writing it down?
It's very interesting because most people find that when they realise they're dreaming, they wake up, but you're saying the opposite.
No, I try and continue that on because the next bit might be more important than I've already dreamt.
It seems Chris has the power to control his dreams. If he feels he's gathered enough future information, amazingly he can decide to wake himself up and write down what he's seen.
The dreams are creating the future. So by controlling the dream, you're controlling the future.
Chris's control over his own subconscious is pretty amazing. But what about his claim to predict the future? Last night, Chris asked his dreams to reveal the secret destination we will head to today, and through the night, jotted down what he saw.
You feeling confident about this, Chris?
Well, got to wait and see.
All right.
As we drive through the streets of Edinburgh, not even I know where we are heading. If the notes Chris made last night during his dreams match or describe where we'll end up, it will be astonishing. Our secret destination is the famous Balmoral Hotel. But Chris looks perplexed.
So none of this is ringing a bell immediately?
Not immediately.
Have you had any dreams about time or clocks
No.
or towers?
No. There's a narrow arch. Maybe there's a big green there with the narrow arch, which would make that fit more. But then I was dreaming about these eggs. There were like 4 eggs in a bowl. You know, I'm thinking, how do I link steam engine to this? Sleep, which was in...
While Chris's dreams do not point directly to the Balmoral clock tower, are his seemingly random and unrelated dream notes so disconnected? Or do they actually suggest hidden clues to our location? A narrow arch next to a park? Could this be the Scott Monument in Prince Street Gardens just 100 feet away? A steam engine? Could this represent the historic Edinburgh railway station once filled with steam trains directly behind the clock tower? And could this be the 4 eggs in a bowl that Chris dreamt about? The crown logo of the Balmoral Hotel? The notes do seem to describe elements of our location, and whether we believe it or not, if one day Chris's premonitions can save us from an apocalyptic disaster, he could be the greatest superhuman of them all.
Chris is certainly an enigma, but sometimes the truth really can be stranger than fiction. We've proved superhumans are all around us, but how many others are out there? Nobody knows. But one thing's for sure, we're going to find them.